My name is Mark, and my company is motorcartrader.com. We buy and sell European sports cars and mostly deal in Jaguars, Jaguar E-types and XKs. And here we're offering this 1956 Jaguar XK140 MC Roadster. We purchased from the same owner of the last 25 years. It was completely restored in 2021. It was completed in 2021. And we have since gone through it to make it more drivable. It was primarily just taken to shows and around town, but we did some numerous driving upgrades to the car to make it better for driving on a regular basis. But this car was an original California car, and it is finished right now in an Old English white biscuit interior. Quite stunning in appearance. Runs and drives excellent. Paint is beautiful on the car. Everything is working as it should, except the clock. But you don't need to look at time when you're driving this car. And we have our phones to check for the time. But just walking around, looking at the car, it's got the bias ply tires on it, newer chrome wire wheels. Of course, the side vents came into play in the late, I think it was 51 with the XK140, but the side vents, earlier cars did not have side vents. But the XK140 also has a bit more chrome than the XK120 did. Larger bumpers, more dressed up car than the XK120 was. You can see the new wheels, newer tires, and we put a smaller diameter steering wheel on it. The original steering wheel will go with the car, but this just makes it easier for getting in and out. It also makes it easier to drive. It's a 15-inch Modelita steering wheel. All the interior was redone. Runs great. Compression is excellent across all 6 cylinders. New carpet as well, just freshly detailed. We went through and we rebuilt the carburetors, put an aluminum radiator in it, put a stainless steel exhaust system on it. Got the car running right with a new fuel pump. The fuel gauge was not accurate. Put a new fuel gauge in it. Here is the XK140 logo. Really pretty with this color interior. We have the soft top, the matching side curtains that were made specifically for this car. On a lot of these where you'll see the side curtains don't fit or they stick out, these are plexiglass side curtains, very nice, and we have pictures of those in our gallery. But the heater motor was not working when I got the car, so we repaired that. Let's look underneath the bonnet. Also comes with the original tools, jack, hammer, look underneath the bonnet here. We're back. I guess you probably got a good look at the ceiling of my shop. So this, we did put a Ron Davis radiator in here. This is about a $2,200 radiator. It is a $2,200 radiator. It is not one of the cheap ones that you see listed that are made in China. This is the real deal. Matching numbers, the head matches the block. The body number is also in the appropriate place and matches. Carburetors, as I said, were rebuilt. Very clean. Show quality in the engine compartment with some upgrades. Gear reduction starter. So Car starts, the starter turns, so you get the car going pretty quick. You get the car started pretty quick. New porcelain exhaust manifolds. There is the ID tag, chassis plate with all the matching numbers of the car. Here is the body tag number right there, it's also matching. Interesting, the previous owner put a center brace on the bonnet because didn't like the way the bonnet moved, so, which is really nicely done. Should have been done from the factory, but a really nice upgrade nonetheless. But no cracking in the bottom of the bonnet like these cars typically do after years, but it was just restored very nice. Then it has the yellow fog lamps, which do work. Headlamps work, signals work. We had to put a new signal switch in the car. Signals were actually going in the opposite direction. First got the car, but the lines of this car are just stunning. I prefer the XK140 to the other XK models. Had a lot of experience with XK140s. I've probably sold about 50 of them, maybe more in my career, but certainly have a special place in my heart for the XK140s. But here is the boot or trunk, and have pictures of spare tire compartment, which looks brand new, probably better than it was new, and with the tools, the heritage certificate, original owner's manual, of course the T-bar and mallet, hammer there, and all underneath looks very clean. Seals are excellent, like new. Just a great car all the way around. Probably one of the nicest 140s I've ever had. One of the nicest 140s I've ever seen. Very well done and very tight to drive down the road. Some people may prefer radial tires to the bias ply tires. Right now I do have the bias ply tires, easy enough to switch out. 4-wheel drums on this car. They didn't have discs until the XK150. Some people put disc conversions on these cars. Some people put a 5-speed transmission on this car, all of which we can do. Of course it costs extra money, but we can do that. Or I can have it done with a shop I work with. Anyway, here is our video. This concludes our video on the 1956 XK140 MC, offered by my company motorcartrader.com. If you have any questions, please feel free to give me a call, email me, text, whatever your preferred form of communication is. And big area back here, when the soft top comes down, the window typically scratches back here. In this cowl here, we buffed all that out. There are no scratches. And the top is actually, we have it separated from the car right now because it is summer and I'm going to drive this car mostly with the top down. So there we go. Again, as I ramble on and on, 1956 Jaguar XK140, offered by my company motorcartrader.com. Check it out. There'll be a lot of pictures on our website. And thanks for looking. Have a great day.